Park. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Chris Cook. I'm the Commissioner of Boston Parks and Recreation, and we couldn't be happier here to celebrate the groundbreaking for this beautiful park. I want to give a few shout-outs. First and foremost, I want to thank the youth of St. Peter's, who was the group who advocated to renovate this park. Please give the youth a round of applause. With all the work that they've done and all their volunteerism and their activism in this park. That's a big part of the reason why we're here today. The mayor's committed well over $2 million to this campaign. We're going to completely renovate these basketball courts, the playground, the sports court, the tennis courts. We couldn't be more excited for what's going to happen here. We're very, very excited to be here today and to celebrate what's best about youth athletics, and that's the peacemaking role that it has, especially in neighborhoods as vibrant as this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you someone who understands the connection between great open spaces, youth athletics, and peaceful change and youth activism. A huge Ramsey Park welcome for the Mayor of Boston, Martin J. Walsh.
Thank you very much, Chris. Let me just start by thanking Chris Cook and the Parks and Recreation Department for their great work every single day here in the city of Boston. I want to have a big shout out and thank you to Michael Bivens, his wife Tisha, and all the kids, and Mrs. Bivens who's here with us. I had a conversation with Michael 4 years ago, right around this time when I was running for mayor. And he came out of my office and we were talking about what we want to do in the city. And we talked about making sure that our streets become safe for our kids. And Michael talked about his basketball tournament. And we talked about how are we going to do more through sports and other ways of being able to do the right thing for our young people. And today is one of those days of a result of that conversation, which I'll get into in a few more minutes. I just want to introduce a few other folks that are here. City Councilor Tito Jackson. Thank you, Councilor Jackson. Chief of Health and Human Services, Felix Arroyo's here. Chief of Energy and Open Space, Austin Blackman is here. Alfreda Harris is here, and Diane Galloway. The Sherborne. Shelburne, I know, sorry. We have our street workers that are here today. Thank you, street workers that are here today. Former State Representative Carlos Enriquez is here with us today. Thank you, Representative. I don't think I heard a big enough applause. Mrs. Bivens, Michael's mother's here. Thank you, and I want to thank everyone who's here today as we help us kick off this tournament, but also the renovations of this park. I want to thank the community. I want to thank the young people in this community. There's a lot of young people here today. I want to thank you. The young people told us how much this park means to them. We are putting together ideas now for this park. We're taking ideas, turning them into action with a $2 million improvement project. It's going to help us understand what we want to put in this park. We have a message in our parks across the city. We love our parks. We've invested, since I've been mayor of the city of Boston, 3.5 years, over $240 million in our park system. Because parks is where it is for a lot of the kids. When they're not in school, they're here. We got to make sure that these become safe places. We need to make sure our parks are cleaner. We need to make sure our parks are more accessible. And when I say accessible to all kids, regardless of whatever challenges they have. We need to make sure that also their abilities. Here at Ramsey Park, we're renovating the basketball courts.
Yes.
We're renovating the tennis courts.
Yes.
We're renovating the top lot. We're bringing in a water feature. And we're making a whole bunch of other improvements to this park. Because these kids that play here every day, some people play in the tournament, but the kids that play here every day, they should play in the first-class park, and they will be when this park gets done.
Yes, baby.
We're upgrading the plaza area in this park. We're upgrading the passive area, so when our seniors come here, people want to just hang out with their kids and just not play sports, not be active, they're going to be passive areas. We're going to have a place where the neighborhood can gather and celebrate celebrations, whatever it might be you want to celebrate. We're going to improve the lighting in this park. We're going to make sure this park's a safe park. We're going to make sure this park's a beautiful park. Investing in this park is a no-brainer. We see the immediate benefits of that through the health and vitality of our community. We also see the incredible community events they hold here, like the Michael Bivens basketball tournament. before I talk about Michael, and I'm going to bring him up here to speak in a minute. Last night we had an incident right not too far from here. We've had those incidents since I've been mayor in my 3.5 years, about 135 times. That's 135 too many, where mothers had to be notified. Regardless of what the situation around any violence is, there's too many of them. The future of our city is standing right to my right, your left. The future of our city is to make sure that we work collectively together to end the turmoil in our streets. And the bickering back and forth, the petty fighting in some cases. The fighting that's lasted generation after generation. We're investing in these parks, and we're investing in our schools, and we're investing in our city, because the future of our kids are right here. They're right here. These young people don't really understand what violence is. They know what violence is because they've been affected by it. But they don't understand what revenge is. Revenge for them should be on the basketball court. Revenge for them should be on the baseball court. Revenge for them should be on the football field. It should be through sports and education in the sense of, how do I do better and win that next time? That's what we have to do. We're here today because we're breaking ground on Ramsey Park. We're here today because we're breaking ground on the Michael Bivins basketball courts. We're here today because we had a conversation many years ago about how we improve our city. You know the story of Michael, and you know the story of New Edition. You know that story. I know that story because I grew up with that story. They're kids from the projects. They're kids from the project that took their talents worldwide. They were able to be power examples. Michael Bivins has come back now to this city to be a role model. Not just raising his own family who's behind me, but raising the kids in our city. We have to do our part now. We have to do our part. And today's that day. Today's that day to stand up as a city and to say enough is enough. We are renovating this park, not because we're renovating the park because it needs to be renovated. We're renovating the park because it's about the future of our kids. We're renovating the park because of the person this basketball court's named after. He won. He made it big. He didn't have to come back here. He didn't have to come back to the neighborhood. He doesn't just come back to the neighborhood. He's in the neighborhood. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you, my friend, your friend, Michael Bivins.
I know it's hot, and I know we got to start this game, but I wanted to do something before I just say a few words, because there's too many people in my life, and I don't want no one to be mad because I forgot their names. But we have some balloons here. Bring these balloons. And this is not just for the people on this side, but all of y'all over there and the people by the court. Bring these balloons over here. Let's bring them all together. Bring them all together. If they could go. Make sure they could go. If they could all go together. We are holding these balloons for those of you who lost a family member, somebody that's been killed in these streets, somebody that was an angel that's sitting over us today. And when I did meet with Marty the week before he went into office, all I said to him is, whatever the budget is, make sure our part of the side of the city gets some. Make sure that we spread it around. Help me help them. You know, and there's so much more me and our crew want to do. There's a team of people that are really influential in my life, that are doing things. And I just feel like today, it's not just about who's going to win, but to my left is Sisters of Greg Marius from New York City. This is what this day is all about. He was a big figure. Please give it up for Greg, y'all. He was a big figure in New York City, Harlem. And honestly, on record, if it wasn't for Greg making the introduction to Reebok, it would have been hard to pull this off. Reebok is the only company that stepped up. I know we like the other sneaker brands, but they don't put no money in this city. All right? So we're going to rep them because we think it looks good. But Reebok is the only one that cuts the check in Harlem and the only one that cuts the check in Roxbury. And Todd, I just want everyone to see who you are in your cool glasses. You are a hell of a guy, my man. And my family thanks you. And we're going to celebrate today, Greg. We got this Boston versus New York City because we family. All these cats with the EBC, when y'all go uptown, they open those doors for us. They let y'all do what you want to do when you got a B hat on. So the only rivalry we have between them is when the game is going. Other than that, they are family.
That's right. That's right.
But one thing I want to say is my mom's here. Mom, thank you.
Yeah.
My wife, T, thank you.
Yeah.
My oldest baby into makeup. She might do one of y'all's faces one day. Savannah. My middle child want to be like Brooke, Shyla. And Star wants to break dance. And to Terry and Cheers, y'all know when y'all need to find me, it's either one or two. Those are the two biggest brothers in my life that's been holding me down and teaching me to be a better man, a better person, and a better father. And to Marty, I see you. See, I don't see Tony. So you must be representing the light-skinned crew. Those is my friends that are on the BBD album cover. My 4 best friends I grew up with. Tony Richardson put his hand up because he's light-skinned. I love you, T. And everything else. And if I forget anybody, my cousin's here. She made a trip to Boston, Venus. Hey, beautiful. All right, her husband, Stacy, and child. And I would just like to say before I let this go, Brooke, come up top for a second.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the Godfather who came out of Cathedral Projects, who gave us a style that all of y'all enjoyed when you saw the movie. He's a man of not many words. I call him the Russell Simmons of television. But this right here is the golden child that took New Edition around the world. And I think before we let these balloons go, I want him to feel the love. He's here with his son Randy and the rest of their family. Please give it up for Cathedral's own Brooke Crane, y'all.
Yo!
Now, Pookie, I hope these balloons go. We're going to count it out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. All right, y'all, let's head over to the main court. And once again, Marty Walsh, we would just like to say thank you. And we're going to move over here. I'm sorry. Don't pause. There's a surprise I didn't know about, but I guess that's why we got the hats. Let's go.
Next level. Sorry, this is Bibb's camera. Make room for Bibb. Make room for Bibb's camera. Make room for Bibb's camera. Make room. LJ, get in front. Make room for Bibb's camera. Coming through. Go ahead.
You got room?
Get down low. Get down.
Yeah, I'm in.
Bro, you in there?
Right behind you.
Smooth.
Yeah, she's got it. Just hold that shot. Let me know when you're ready. We ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the groundbreaking that's going to turn this park to a safer place and somewhere we can be proud of. And thanks to Marty, the Boston Parks Department, and all of the people down at City Hall that greenlit this, and my man Bill, who's our politician in the family. And I see you over there, Felix, and all of you guys that do this, we all sharing this. And Marty, let's just take a great picture for the wall. Diane, let's go.
All right, everyone, get ready to throw that first dirt on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Michael Bivens courts.
Yeah.